There were already some things you said that referred to some songs. The song "Home," about returning home. One song I personally liked was "Fever Breaks." It also points out the two sides. Can you explain a little bit about how you wrote this song or how you came up with this song?
I think that song is when you enter the dark side a bit, that it's probably a 3.5-year-old song, maybe 4-year-old song. It was when I was on an intense tour and wasn't enjoying it, and where that split happens again, and I had no idea, and I turned my life around, where my real life became the kind of affair of the life on the road, became my real life, and I was very kind of messed up at the time, and then I came to the studio to dance, and he wasn't in a great place either. So usually we can pull each other down. Come on, stop this nonsense, on the ground. But both of us were just like, the best way ever to process something or make something make sense is to go to the studio. It is like a washing machine, you know.
Cleans your mind.
Yeah, it just cleans everything, or at least make something that's confusing. And has a point or something.
And Fever Breaks, can you tell me about when you went in the studio and how you came out?
We have these boxes. It's like rhythm boxes, and all they do is heartbeats. So we went in one night. I think we wrote this in like 24 hours, and we just jammed it, and that's what came out of it. We just started with a heartbeat, layered it. I was at the microphone singing, and it's an improvising song.
And the lyrics just came out? Or?
It just made us feel really cold. Every time we listened to it, we were like, ooh. So we just left it. So it hasn't been changed at all since that night.
Okay, that's extraordinary for a song that's been in the while you were making this album, to not change the song for 3.5 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, we have often done things like that.
But did it when you finished this song 3.5 years ago? Did it feel like a relief to because you said you
to have brought it up? Yeah. It's like a definitely you discard of something that's really it's great. But I think sometimes if you try and fiddle with something that captured the moment and captured something, you can't touch it. It's never going to happen again. So that chill that we felt when we had written it, and every time I listen to it, I just feel like, it's like that had to stay. It had to be there. So. Yeah.
And did you rehearse or sang it in the last 3.5 years a lot, or is it now
never
every
sung
time?
it. I've never played it.
So now again, you have to revisit that chill.
Yeah, but it's going to be a song that when you play live, it just has to be very floaty. It almost has to be as improvised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some nights it's going to work, and some nights it's just going to absolutely flop. I think it's just one of those tunes.
Again, the two opposites.
Yeah, so it's going to be exciting every night to play it, because we probably won't know if it's going to be something effective or not. So.
And Fever Breaks has, as you said, a chill to it, and Caterpillar, for example, is much more dreamy and more imagining yourself in a field of grass in the sun or something.
Yeah.
Can you first tell me a little bit about Caterpillar, how this came to be?
Caterpillar is a found song. Dan is really good at listening back to all these tapes that we record things on. Sometimes we write snippets of songs that we don't even remember or even think about. And Caterpillar was one of those. calls me really excited and goes, do you remember this? And he sent it to me, and I didn't remember it. And it was just the first verse, and we got really excited about it, and took it back in and finished it. The lyrics have always been, on this record, have been extremely difficult for me. Usually they do what When Fever Breaks does. You know, I always get either a verse or snippets of sentences or words that trigger a story or something. With this record, it just wasn't like that at all. It was like la 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 la. Melodies were no problem, but there's just usually there's something.
A picture in your mind?
I like a feeling, and my mind puts everything into pictures, so I can narrate at least what I'm seeing. And this time there was nothing. It was almost like, you know, I had to just go to a different place and write from that. And that was really interesting. Petrifying. I absolutely hated the process. My head was burning. I felt like my hair was going to fall out. It took me about a week to write the lyrics for Autumn Sun. And I mean day and night, never stopping, never, maybe for a little bit of lunch, but really not stopping, just constant focus on it. And it wasn't a lot of fun. It was a big relief when the lyrics were done.